What is going on? I am Johnny Von Duke and you are watching Disney Channel. Why the fuck do I keep doing this intro? What is going on, everybody? Johnny Von Duke here. I'm going to try to stay calm and reasonable, but I can't really promise that with what is going on right now. It involves rich mofos, rich boys, rich girls, rich women, rich children. I just said witch instead of rich. But oh well, these people are rich, and they're witches. And just like Moist Critical playing God of War, I am going to be ripping and tearing here tonight. That's more so Doom, but you know what? I feel like having an axe is much more appropriate for the ripping and the tearing and the Can't say that word. It's inappropriate for YouTube's sensitive algorithm. But who am I ripping and tearing into? You could have only guessed. Y'all probably saw this within a fucking country mile. And I just used my one and only swear point for YouTube. Excuse me. Excuse me. Now listen, I'm not really a follower of these people. Yeah, that's a spam mail site. But that's not the important thing. I'm glad these people have made this article for once. I usually hate these articles. I usually seek nothing more than to obliterate them into the next century, to the next millennium, to the next universe, the next multiverse. I usually rip and tear into these sites, but I'm glad this was posted for once. Because I just... I'll let you read. I hope you're pausing. Okay. This part right here. I can only imagine what middle class people or people in the hood is. So yes, I'm going to say something though. And I have a big platform, so I do want anybody that is responsible. These Cardi. Starting to see groceries tripling up. It's not a fun time over here. It's not a fun time. I am gonna expand my cam a little bit because I'm not gonna read this article very much, but I do want the article to still be a feature presentation as I scroll around here. Listen, Cardi, you want to know the world of things you could be doing that could be helping? You want to know the world of things you could be doing that don't involve your money and you being rich? We'll get into the you being rich and money half later. Well, let's start with a few things. A, you could be handing the microphone off to people like me, who actually are middle class, and would benefit highly from your platform because we speak on many of these issues quite commonly, a lot. We also talk about scams, we also shitpost a little bit, but we do focus on these kinds of things often, you know? You could be handing the microphone off to people like me and other small YouTubers, other small creators who are middle class, you know? Yeah, you could be starting with that. That's a thing you could be doing. I'm sure you have agents who could be doing that research for you, even if you don't want to do it yourself. So yeah, I know you have agents. You could have put that together. Yep, you didn't. You're on Twitter though. My God. Oh my God. I am struggling with this one, man. I am struggling and a half. Struggling and a half. That's the thing. Okay, what's thing number 2? Well, let's see. You also have a bigger platform. If you didn't want to hand the microphone off, here's the thing. You do have agents. I know that. You could have had them do a bunch of research for you and compile a list, and you literally could have just shouted out all of us middle class creators in just one 5-minute long video where you just list off names, not even go into detail, just list off names. That would have been a thing. Say, hey, go support these guys so we can keep the middle class up and running. That's a thing. You could have just skipped the creators overall, taken your massive platform, your microphones, your cameras, and actually walked through the hood, through the middle class. Well, that's low class, but you could have walked through the middle class actually with all your cameras and microphones, and you could have interviewed the locals. That's the thing. You could have given the locals a platform, if not creators. Here's also another thing. Let's see. There's a little thing called, you could have gone to the grocery store with all these cameras and your microphones, and you could have exposed them. I'm not big into the whole exposing motif, but that's a thing you could have done, because you have the platform for it. You have the legal team. I know you could get away with it. Yeah. How about this? This slightly involves you it massively involves you being rich, but you could have donated to your local grocery stores and funded them yourself to ensure they wouldn't have to inflate the places, to keep up with everything else, with everybody else, with all the other idiots. That's a thing. I know that involves you being rich, but I'm just saying, there seems like there's been a lot more productive and better options, Yeah, Cardi, Cardi G, Cardi C, Cardi E, Cardi B. Oh yeah. But I'm just saying there's a few things you could have done that would have been better there. Here's the thing, you have the agents, you could have directly, done a care drop, a care package, so to speak, to a local community that was struggling. If you're not going to donate to the grocery stores, how about fund the people themselves directly? That's a thing. No? Okay. How about this? For example, I'm not going to say I grew up in the hood. I'm just going to say I grew up in the bad part of my city, because even the bad part of my city wouldn't constitute as a hood in 90% of neighborhoods. But, for example, Southside Lancaster, you could have come to our low-class area, slum of a city Lancaster is, and you could have just done a documentary or something of a low-class area. Not even Lancaster City, not even my low-class area. I'm just thinking about my people, man. I'm just thinking about my people. But it's just like any low-class community. You could have done a documentary or some shit, done a nice infographics commercial, something, anything besides talking on Twitter. You could have, I don't know. Here's a crazy idea. You have a massive platform. If we're going to be talking about raising prices, how about you just do the foreign call out? That's a thing you could have done. If you're going to boast on Twitter, at least do call outs of specific grocery stores, put pressure. You have the numbers. You could have put actual pressure on them instead of using generic statements, because they're not going to care about just you. Yeah, you could have had actual pressure done there. You could have actually, here's something that doesn't involve money. Here's something that involves your numbers too. You could have organized your massive fan base, and you could have done one giant march on a grocery store to demonstrate you wouldn't do this shit anymore. I'm not saying overrun it, I'm saying a march. If we're going to be talking about marches, something Martin Luther King was famous for. You could have just organized people, done a march, literally fucking anything that's not ranting on Twitter. Luther King is rolling in his grave right now, and I'm rolling with him. Okay, I needed to scream, so I muted the mic. There is a world of things you could have done better that wasn't this. Okay? That's all I'm saying. There was a world of things You could have done better, Cardi. There was a world of things, and you didn't do it. Anyway, I've been Johnny Von Duke, and before I start raging some more, please take it away, other me, and come out of the past to put me out of my misery. Shamalama, bing bong, sling slong, jing jong. Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed the video. It's pretty much a nothing burger, but if you've been watching my channel for all 8 years that's existed, you should know that's kind of what we do here. Anyway, if you somehow found yourself enjoying it, click over here to watch another video, click over here to watch another degenerate video, click here to subscribe to my channel, then click down there for, well, whatever lazy lack of originality content I put there. Anyway, get the fuck out of here, you filthy animal. Goodbye.